10 secretly scary facts about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The shower scene. At one point, viewers get to watch Ferris take a shower, but you can only see him from the chest up. Then, Ferris puts his hand up to block the camera as he begins to wash what you can only assume is his, below-the-belt region. Doesn't he realize that he's just bringing attention to it? Viewers never would have known because no one can see below his chest. Sloane and Cameron. Sloane, Ferris's girlfriend, and Cameron, Ferris's best friend, are his partners in crime for the day. Ferris is obviously the leader of their little threesome, but did you ever get the feeling Sloane and Cameron would have made a better match? They have things in common aside from hanging on Ferris's every word, including the fact that they are both sane compared to their friend. Sunbathing in the shade. Remember the scene where Ferris encounters the two women sunbathing and stops everything to introduce himself? There are a few things wrong with this scene, mainly that the sunbathers are laying in the shade at 6 p.m. on a day when Ferris finds it necessary to wear a jacket. That's no way to get a tan. Are these ladies up to something? Where did Ferris get his money? On Ferris's day off, he does many things that cost a great deal of money. Money that most high school students don't have unless they're into something unsavory. The Kidney Fund. When Ferris's classmates learn that he is ill, they begin taking up a collection in hopes of earning $50,000 for a new kidney. Two questions come to mind. One, is it legal to buy a kidney? Isn't that a black market kind of thing? Two, what happened to all that money when it became obvious that Ferris felt just fine? Okay, 3 questions. 3, who lies about needing a kidney? Where did Ferris get his money? He goes to a baseball game, takes cabs, visits a museum, uses a parking garage, and dines in a fancy restaurant, among other things. It makes you wonder, is Ferris some kind of thief? Is Ferris a cheater? Shortly after Ferris encounters the sunbathing beauties and returns to shake their hands and introduce himself, one can only assume he finds them attractive and is interested in pursuing something further. Sadly, this happens right after he kisses his girlfriend, Sloane. He also tells her he loves her. Yet minutes later, he's flirting. Bad Ferris. Ferris and his wardrobe. For most of the movie, Ferris is wearing typical teenage guy clothing, nothing wrong with that, but at one point he puts on a suit so he can pretend to be Sloane's father when he picks her up at school. During this scene, he's wearing a huge coat over the suit, so it's never even really visible. Why did Ferris put on his suit? Does he enjoy running up a dry cleaning bill? Sloane kissing her father. And speaking of the scene where Ferris goes to the school to pick up Sloane, pretending to be her father, what is up with the principal? He sees Sloane making out with this guy who is supposed to be her father, and all the principal says is, "So, that's how it is in their family." Where are the child services reports? Sloane flirting with Ferris's dad. Of course, after she makes out with who the principal thinks is her dad, Sloane flirts with Ferris's dad. Who is this girl? She and Ferris are riding in a cab when Mr. Bueller pulls up beside them. Sloane, who is wearing her sunglasses, begins pouting and blowing kisses. Isn't that kind of creepy to do to the guy who may one day be your father-in-law? What if he remembers you? Ferris exhibits symptoms of a sociopath. According to the Mayo Clinic, a sociopath exhibits the following signs and symptoms: disregard for right and wrong, persistent lying to deceive others, using charm or wit to manipulate others, unnecessary risk-taking, and irresponsible work behavior. If you have ever seen the movie, you have to think Ferris fits the description perfectly.